Two checks you should do. The first one is just very simple, without measuring anything. Put the piston inside the cylinder and then just let it drop. Cheers guys, how's it going? Keep it up out there. Weird times we're living in. What kind of cylinder kits are these? Polini 177. Some nose piston free ring, whatever, old school. I'm really not go with this old engines. Fan of PX. This is a 2-port 150 Sprint. Ooh, very dark. That's a PX 200. I guess even a 10 horsepower cylinder was special for Germany. This is a Pinasco 213, the old school, not the Super Sport with the funky L-shaped fake ports. That's a new Malossi Sport 210, and this is yeah, it's crazy a little bit, doesn't matter. Malossi 221 Polini cylinder Malossi piston. In the end, the Malossi Sport is the Malossi in aluminium. So before this was available, we used this combination. So what I wanna. So if it falls down, you are on the good side. You can even twist it a little bit and check. This checks if it is round or egg-shaped, and if the tolerance is fine or not. If it gets stuck, make sure it's clean, otherwise it would get stuck. If it gets stuck, send it back. Don't use it. It is not the correct tolerance, but this one is. So that is the first check. The other one is take the rings and do measure the gap. This one, just to be on the safe side. Just control it. I will put the right formula in the video then.
Biest!
Sorry, ja.
Bist du deppert, ist das ein Biest jetzt?
So what I want to show you is the piston clearance tolerance. How does it feel? And just to get you an idea, if you buy a new cylinder kit, that if you are in the correct range or not, if you should mount it or send it back. You can summarize that easily up with, if it clamps, send it back. If it falls through, go for it, try it. Twist the piston all around, it has to fall through, fall down, then it should be fine. Polini 177 cast iron. It's clean, it's a little bit oiled, so if it falls through like that, and turn it 90 degrees or 45 degrees, then you are on the safe side. So how does it feel inside? Let's do one test here. Like boost port side, a little bit too much, too big, but that's typical for this old Stone Age Polini 177. It still works though. That was the Polini. What's next? Next is this funky nose piston 150 cubic, I guess, very old one with, that must be, oh, where is it? There. The intake. I don't know. I don't like these old engines. I don't do them in general. So I'll just put it in. It's 2-port and that falls through. 90 degree. 45. And the close up. We don't have full sport here, but let's do it like this. So tolerance is smaller than at the Polini 177. Two-port Sprint 150. $45, $90. So this is how it should fall through, and close jack up. And what kind of cylinder is this? One small boost port, no side ports. There's only one funky cylinder like that at Vespa. It is a PX200 cylinder, tractor cylinder. So let's 45, 90. So cylinder's round and tolerance is fine. Let's zoom in. Sharpener. Also, this one is less than the Polini 177. You may remember that the Polini is well known for rattling sounds. Yeah, that's because the piston tolerance is, yeah, it's an old school cylinder. No worries. At least it runs from A to B and quite well, so all good. That was the 200 cubic, which is just 198 in real. And this one is Pinasco 213. Usually also with fake ports, but I opened this in Oh, 2004, quite some time ago. It's the Weekcaster Piston. You know my other guides. It's piston where one connection between pin eye and skirt is missing. It's just cut off, and this is wrong. Got a super tiny rest of the window, with a super tiny rest of the piston skirt. Yeah, it's just a misunderstanding, the whole thing. So we need some pistons. Don't get better if you make the holes in them bigger. They definitely don't. But this one, 45 degrees. So the coating was always very good with Pinasco cylinders. Pistons, not so much. But anyways, what makes you happy is fine. It's about the good feeling when you buy hardware, isn't it? So same trick here with the tolerance when it's, oh, that's where you go. Look at this. Yeah, you have to consider that this piston does not really have the needed oval shape here. It's a piston on the efficient side, let's name it like that. Quite some potential. So, small tolerance here. What's next? We have a Malossi Sport 210, new from 2014. I always mark the right side up with a sticky tape. And we have a brand new Malossi Sport. By the way, cheers, guys. So, here we go. Vertex piston, even coated. Coating is not needed, it's more like an optical issue. Sales argument, whatever. Tuck. It goes through 45 degrees. It doesn't fall. You see the last bit. If your new cylinder and piston behaves like this, you are on the good side. It's not allowed to clamp. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. Yep, like this. So what? That's very little tolerance. That is fine. Shall we try the Polini directly to compare it? The old one. Oh, come on. See the difference? That's so typical Polini. And again, the Sport, Malossi Sport. You heard that? See how it does here? Bang! This is a tuck You hear it? Tuck. And the proper cylinder goes like Polini is fine, sure, but you know, you can also talk about things. Ding, 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 ding. And look, tuck, tuck. This one is and the last one is a Polini 207. The bore was widened to 10. It's 10 years or even more old. Malossi, because it's a Polini cylinder, and Malossi piston. Why is stuff here missing? No, it did not crack, but it was kind of in the way of the flow, so I cut it off. It does not matter at all, especially cast iron. It's very strong material, so it is fine. Let's get some oil. How does this sound? It also makes stock. Oh, come on. So, twist it 45 degrees. 90 degrees. Less torque than 177, you hear it? Yes, we don't have here cylinder foot. Let's close up on this side. So it usually is like this. Also less than the 177. I took it to a professional to widen the bore according to the Malossi piston. Anyways, if it falls through, even with a dock like this, it is fine. You're on the safe side. See the other cylinder I showed in this guide. It is too narrow, tolerance is wrong, and it will for sure size. All of these cylinders, they won't size if the engine is healthy and is set right, which means enough fuel is coming, fuel supply correctly set, carburetor and ignition, of course. Guys, have a nice one. Keep it up. See ya. If you like what you saw, don't forget to subscribe. Cheers.